Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami Abusad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is going great. We're going to be going over the market. I'll go over some of my swing ideas for tomorrow. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you are new to our channel, please be sure to download the free ebook. Link for that is in the description. If you have any questions at all, please be sure to email us, info@t3live.com. And what else? And if you find benefit in today's video, hit that like button, please. All right, let's get started. We're gonna take a look at first the market, and then we'll go over the swings, okay? So the market, all right, so here's the market. We have a minor breakout failure on the Qs. So the breakout failure will be complete if we take out the lows, if we take out Friday's low. So we based for about a day and a half or so, broke out, and then and the breakout got sold, and we closed at the low. So if we take out Friday's low, which is 461.80 on the Qs, then we should probably be lower. I would expect a pullback. The same with the SPY. The SPY, though, not as extended. I mean, the Qs is not very extended either. A little bit extended. Extended means, you know, room to fall, like a little bit overbought. The same with the SPY. Not very extended, but probably we come in if we take out Friday's low. The IWM, on the other hand, looks all out lower. I mean, it just does. Rolling over here. It seems to be rolling over with room to about 195. That's meant to be a straight line, if you can believe that. So it's a tricky market. No two ways about it. Tricky market. Most of the time, lately, at least the last 3 weeks maybe, are narrow range bars, with a couple of exceptions. One exception, this bar, and that is another exception. You know, we had a gap up and spent the whole day selling off. But the vast majority of the days are narrow range bars, meaning we're not really making much progress. In fact, going back to the beginning of May almost, most of the bars have been narrow. Even here, all of these bars are narrow. We just had 2 green bars in a row over here, but that was nice. But that's about it. So we don't have much momentum right now. The difference is in May, we had earnings. We didn't need momentum. We had a lot of gaps every day. Not as many gaps these days. So we would need to get some kind of news to move things up, to rattle the market a little bit. Otherwise, I'm expecting the market to be slow. I don't know how significant that breakout failure is going to be. We'll find out tomorrow. Maybe it's a nothing thing, or maybe that in of itself will cause the market to drop hard. So we'll find out tomorrow. Again, it's a weird market. Normally, when I see lack of follow-through like I'm seeing right now, that choppy, sloppy trading with not much follow-through, that happens near turning points, like near tops mostly. You know, looking at the chart, I can't really say that we're, objectively speaking, that we're topping out. We don't look very toppy. I know you might say, well, the Qs is up 15% on the year. The SPY, last I checked, was up 13% already this year. So that's a lot on top of what we did in 2023. Sure, we could see a pullback, but based on the market, that's not how a market usually tops. So I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's a journey, and we'll find out together, okay? All right, so on to the swing ideas. We got AMD is already an open position in the newsletter. It looks good, but it too is not going. We got it on this day here, and on the gap day, this day. So it's doing all right. I raised the stop to under 158, whatever that bar's low is, 158 and some change, 158.80. I think I have my stop at 158. 19, so it's actually under this red bar's low, but it looks okay to add to it over 171. I think that's 171.08, so above that bar's high. It looks higher. It mostly looks higher on the weekly and the monthly charts. Look at that weekly. So it needs to take out the highs, and then at that point I think it looks good if you're not in it already. The ESTC had a breakdown and then a gap up, which was bullish, and then it moved up already, but has a 1 2 3. So long over 113.73, stop under 110, and target maybe 130 on the ESTC. I remember playing this as an earnings play last year. There it is. So that was me right here playing it as an earnings play, and it moved up a lot, came back in, and now it's trying to move up. I like the monthly on it. I'm not actually planning on doing it on Monday, just so you know. I picked a few that I like more, but this looks good long term. So that's the ESTC. Actually, while we're still on the monthly chart, check out that GM. Doesn't it look higher? Look at the base, over the base, stop under it, and target 60 or more. So GM looks good. I also looked at Ford this weekend, and it's not on my list, but it looks good on the weekly. No, the weekly is a buy setup. The monthly is a transition. So it's trying to end that daily downtrend and transition higher. It's not on my list, but I noticed that it looks good. And then another stock, Tesla, which is on my list, TSLL, looks higher. Of course, it needs to clear. You want to see it clear this bar's high ultimately, but the longer you wait, the more you wait, the bigger the stop, right? The more confirmation we get, the bigger the stop. The more the stock will have moved before we have gotten even in it. And so the bigger the stop, the bigger the risk, the smaller the size, the share size. So that's why we look for tight stops, is so that we have more shares, more size. So entry over whatever the high is, Thursday's high, 179.73, stop under 172.13. I have the TSLL on the list, but it's the leveraged Tesla. Either works. INCY, boy, does the INCY look good higher. So over the base, stop either right here or under the pivot. And it definitely looks higher to at least 161, I think. At least, but it looks higher for probably a lot more than 161. Than 61. Maybe it's 65. Maybe it's 65 on the INCY. JPC is an hourly based breakout. It looks good. The JPC, there's two places where one can use for the stop. 725, or safer would be under this pivot right here, about 708. So it does look higher. The LEG trying to transition. It's not great, but not horrible. Over the base, stop under it on the hourly chart. Okay. MNDY, I'm already in it, just FYI, but I like it. I like the daily buy setup and the narrow range bar. So right here long, stop right here. That would be the tighter stop. The wider, safer stop, but smaller size, stop under 212, I think. Okay, is a daily buy setup. Let's take a look at the weekly, because I like this one a lot. The weekly is good right off the 20. Let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly is good too. So that's Monday. For Monday, I like it higher. Nice, I'm already in it. We played it in the strategic day trader room on this day, and I held it overnight. So it's actually in my day trading account, which I don't like to keep anything overnight in that account, but it is. And I would have absolutely loved to have gotten a green bar on Friday, because that would have meant follow through. So if I got a green bar that day, even if it was like a small green bar like this, perfect, because it means I would feel very sure that that was the bottom. Now that I got, okay, nice green bar, but a doji bar, it's good if we take it out and continue higher, because then it gives me the chance to add to it as a 1, 2, 3, right? but it's not so good because we didn't get follow through, so it could easily take it out and head back down, which means I would have to trail it. So if I got 2 green bars in a row, again, that constitutes follow through, in which case I don't have to do anything about the stock. I can just stick with the stop and feel confident that I caught the bottom. But when I get 1 green bar followed by a narrow range bar, again, it's good and bad. It's good in the sense that I can add to it now over the base, bring the stop up, but it's bad because now if it comes in, I may have to kill it. And it's up like 5K. I have 500 shares. It moves a lot. This stock moves a lot. So I like it a lot, but I'm hoping for follow through tomorrow. The RKLB reminds me a little bit of the INCY. Looks higher right off the 20. So over the base. Where exactly over the base? It's tough. Do we wait for this pivot to get taken out? Do we do it over the tight base right here? It's not easy. It's not an easy call. Stop right here. Okay, we know where the stop goes. It's very clear. Under 415. The entry, there's 2 of them. There's, you know, 1 over 450, 447 to tell you the truth, 1 over 464. So it just depends on how aggressive, how much you like it. The media stock, the social media stocks, Snapchat and mostly pins, PINS, really bullish. Unfortunately, after I get a wide range bar, if I'm not already in the play, I wait for a doji bar. If I get a doji bar, then I can get it. So this one printed a wide range bar. I was not in it already. I waited for the doji bar. It never came, and we got a breakout on Friday. So I missed it. For now, I missed it. Pins looks amazing. Maybe to 65 or whatever that high is. Maybe to 80 eventually. But looks amazing. Snapchat, not as amazing, but at least it has an entry. Notice that monthly chart transitioning. Let's take a look at the weekly. That's the weekly. It's kind of like a weekly buy setup. But I like it enough to play, but this is aggressive. This is could easily fail. Entry over 1563. Stop under 1479, I guess. Yeah, 1479. So it's about a 85-cent stop or so, 90-cent stop, let's just say. But I like the pins more. It's just that it's a little bit late. TRGP, I played it last year. I thought it was last year, maybe this year, on the breakout. See, it was a beautiful play. And I trailed out of it here. I held on over here. Didn't get shaken out. Trailed out here, and it was early. Still continued higher, but it was a beautiful play. Still looks good over the base. Stop under it as a longer term play. This is oil, so most of the oil stocks recently collapsed, and this thing is staying at the highs. So I like it over the all-time high. Stop under the weekly or daily base, which would be under 110. Okay, looks amazing. Trip trying to transition higher. I don't love it, but over 1860, I guess 64. Stop under the base, whatever the lowest point is. It could be, I think it's probably this bar is low, 1750. So you have to check. Probably 1750. We talked about Tesla. Like it over 780 on the TSLL. Stop under 714 or 690. Either works. Obviously, the result of the shareholder vote on the Elon Musk pay package, as well as moving the headquarters to Texas, will come out. The result will come out on Thursday, the 13th. But I think it's favorable. It's going to be favorable. I think it's going to be. If it, if you think otherwise, I wouldn't get in Tesla because it's going to be wild. But I like it. XPO is a weekly buy setup. I had an amazing play on XPO on the 1, 2, 3 right here. See it? So I got the wide range bar. I wasn't in it. I don't think I was. And then I got the 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Boom. Long stop. And then reported, I believe. And next day, big gap. Moved up for a few more days and then trailed me out. I don't know. I think it probably was that day. Is the trail. That ended up being mostly the top. And then it fell hard. And now it's trying to move back up. Look at the size of the bottoming tail on the weekly chart. Of course, you might, point out the fact that this is a flat top. We're under the 20, a little bit bearish. You'd be right. Absolutely. So it's not as pretty as it was back here. But long over Friday's high, stop under the lows, target the prior high. Okay, on the XPO. Last one on my list is the ZTS, which is very similar to the INCY, very similar to the RKLB. Right off the 20. Beautiful chart. Biggest problem that I see with the ZTS is I know where the stop goes. It's right here. I know where the entry is over the base, over the last three bars. That's a big stop. So even if it got to 200, I mean, that's only about 2 to 1 reward to risk. Reward to risk, you know, the risk is the difference between the entry price minus the stop price. Reward is your target, and it's the difference between the target price minus the entry price. That needs to be usually about 2 to 1 on average, if not more. The more the better. So that looks to be about only 2 to 1. So that's the issue with it, but it looks really, really beautiful. The shorts, I scanned pretty hard this weekend looking for shorts because of the breakout failure on the market, and I'm expecting the market to maybe come in for a day or two if we take out Friday's low. So I scanned pretty hard for shorts. They don't exist. I mean, I couldn't find very many good shorts. The CFLT has a weekly 1, 2, 3. So short under 25.50, stop over 26.86. Target maybe the prior pivot low on the weekly chart around 21. So it has a little bit of room on the CFLT. DJT is rolling over. It seems to be, it would have been a lot better if it had come in a little bit more and then it based right here. It would have been so much better. Or if it can continue to base for a couple more days before it rolls over. So if it can just base a little bit here, allow the 20 to catch up, then one can use the top of that base as the stop. I like my stop to be above the declining 20 when I'm playing swing short, or under the rising 20 when I'm playing swing long. So it looks good, but it may be a little bit early on the DJT. Okay, so that's the only issue with it. So it might need a couple more days. The GNLX already an open position, but it looks good under this bar's low, 227. Stop over 286. Looks lower. Really feel bad I passed on the VS. I think it's VSTM. Yeah, VSTM. Ah, geez, that looks amazing. But why did I pass on the breakdown? Because it was still at support. It wasn't below, and now it's below. And now it's a little late on the VSTM. So that's the issue. It looks great, but a little bit late. Similar to the GNLX, but the GNLX is not as late. RAPT had a gap down, and then it's been basing. It tried to go higher a couple times over here, and then this time over here. This bar ended up being a topping tail, so the pop got sold, and it's back down. So under the base, stop above it. Like it a lot, RAPT. ULCC is a strong daily downtrend with a huge topping tail. So short under, stop above, but big stop, but looks beautiful. And then this one is not on my list. The GNLX just reminded me of it because it's already late. All right, and that will do it for today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I am doing an open house this week for both the Strategic Swing Trader newsletter as well as the Strategic Day Trader chat room. So please join me this week. It's a double open house from Monday to Friday. Okay, I hope to see you there. If not, I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everybody. See you around.